This morning meditation says, I am very grateful to have come believe. And we know that coming to believe means that I come to believe what? And the power greater than myself that is able to do what? Restore us to sanity. In a God that is able to bring some order back into our lives. He says belief in a power, or higher power, can make all the difference in the world when the going gets tough, ain't it? Huh? When I believe that I believe in the promises of God, when things get tough, it gives me the faith to believe in his promises. He says when things don't go our way in recovery, our sponsor may direct us to a gratitude list. And we know all that is on one hand, I list all the things that I'm grateful for, and on the other hand, all the things that I'm not. And surely, the things that I am grateful for ought to outweigh the things that are not. And if it's the other way around, you may have a problem. Yeah. Because we got a lot to be thankful for. Just this morning alone, we got up. That's one. It wasn't an alarm clock. It was him that woke us up.
Yes.
We had some clothes to put on this morning. You know, we got up and we brushed our teeth, we washed our face, and hopefully we prayed this morning. And all of those things, I got something to be grateful for. It says when we do, we should include our faith in a power that's greater than ourselves on the list. Because where we come from, the unseen was really unseen, wasn't it? Huh?
Yeah.
And today the unseen has, I don't care how small the light is, there's a little light in the unseen. Because there's a path that if I follow this path, it leads to light, don't it?
Yes, sir.
That moves my faith to keep moving in the direction, no matter how tough things are, no matter when things don't go my way. Faith says, you know what? There's light at the end of the tunnel. He says one of the greatest gifts we receive from the 12 steps is our belief in a God of our own understanding. And this thing says, you know what? I got to come to believe for myself. The literature says in the beginning, it's okay to go on somebody else's beliefs. Because we talked about this too. When we come in and all of our hope and our beliefs and all of that is shot, ain't it? Because everything that we believed in, that we tried, has failed us to this point, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Right. It's failed us. And so I got to believe in something, whether it be the group, whether it be the word, whether it be the brothers that's coming back, whether it be the promises of God. I got to find something to believe in for myself. He says the 12 steps gently lead us toward a spiritual awakening. Just as our addiction progresses, so does our spiritual life develop in the course of working the program of Narcotics Anonymous. The steps are our path to a relationship with God. Y'all did know this is a setup, ain't it? Tom? This throw Tom off sometimes. I can't get with all this spiritual stuff. I heard about it. I just didn't say nothing to you. Yeah, I heard about it. I just didn't say nothing. It's a setup. It's a setup in the sense that we get clean first. We deal with the physical first. Because without the physical, it's just like, you know, people trying to, that's why they go down there and they feed you, then they give you the word, or they give you the word and then they feed you, you know what I'm saying? What they're really trying to do is deal with the physical first, because they can draw your attention to the physical, then they can get you on the inside. And that's their whole motivation, is to keep putting what you already know back into you. Because it ain't like none of us don't know. It's a setup. He says the steps are our path to a relationship with God. The higher power, this higher power gives us strength when our road gets tough. And it does, doesn't it? Yes, it does. It gets tough. It gets rough. In recovery, We expected that using, but now that I'm clean, don't take for granted that everything is going to go your way. Everybody is going to do whatever you ask them to do. That ain't it, ain't it?
No.
No. Says, are we grateful for our deepening relationship with the higher power? Do we remember to thank God for each day clean, no matter what has happened that day? Do we remember that no matter how deep our despair or how great our joy, the God of our understanding is with us? Get out of your head that God is punishing you.
Wow.
That'll cause you to become ungrateful. And get with the fact that God, in his discipline, is trying to get you to do something different. When you think of discipline, discipline is designed to correct you. Discipline is designed to move you in a different direction. Discipline is designed to strengthen you. When you discipline your kids, do you discipline your kids because you don't like them? Huh? No, you didn't like the behavior that was acted out, and as a result, you had to discipline the person, which makes it feel like to them, of course, you don't like me. Yeah. And God says, to all my children I love, I discipline. Now, what we're going through right now is discipline. Yeah. You follow me? Yeah. This is discipline. When you get to that back row back there, they hopefully going through some pruning. but all of it feels the same way. It hurts. Yeah. And so I start to question my faith in God. But I always got to remember the light and what God stands for and who God is and why God created me. And that'll help me in my discipline and my pruning stages of life. It gets rough. It gets tough. My needs are not always met. Most of my needs are never met when I'm looking for man to meet them.
Boy.
Man cannot fulfill a void that God purposely left. That threw me off when I understood that. And I'm like, man, you God. Fill that void. You could have done that from the start, Doc. Yeah. But he says, no, I need you to choose me to fill that void. Now here's a nice car. That may do it. Yeah. And here's a woman. She fine. She may do it. You know what I'm saying? And there goes some nice clothes, and that may do it. And you know what? All of those things work for a while. Yeah, but in the end, we always find ourselves looking back to him to fill that void when I figure out that material things cannot do it.
Man, look at you.
And so he says, our recovery is a gift. A gift, as we talked about too, a gift is something that can be received or rejected. Huh? When somebody hands you something and they're offering something to you, you can either receive it or reject it. Remember we read the other day that although recovery is a gift, that most addicts resist recovery. Isn't that something? Yeah. The very thing that I know is going to bring what I'm looking for, I reject. It says our recovery is a gift that we sometimes take for granted. Yeah. True be it told, ain't it? Because all of us at one time or another was clean for a period of time. Yeah. And at some point down the road, we lost gratitude in our recovery. And we said, you know what, man, I don't like that no more. I don't want to do that no more. This ain't giving me what I need no more. And we became ungrateful. We stopped appreciating the small things in life. and we became ungrateful. And we said stuff like, I don't like my car no more. Let me give it to the dope man. I don't like having money in my pocket no more. Let me give it to the dope man. I don't like being at home. Let me give up my place to stay. Huh? I don't like hanging out with my kids and watching them grow up. You know what? Let me give that up and let somebody else take care of it. Wow. Then we mad when that actually happens. Yeah. He says it's a gift. And sometimes when I think about that, I think about a gift being something that I did not work for. And because I did not work for it, you know what? I don't appreciate it. And I told y'all, when recovery is a burden, you don't appreciate it. Recovery is something that you got to work for. When you work for your recovery, it takes on a whole nother level of appreciation. It says, each day we stay clean, we can rejoice in our higher power's care. Just for today, I am grateful for my relationship with the higher power that cares for me. No matter how deep, no matter how shallow that relationship is with the God of your understanding, be grateful for that. And take the time to grow that relationship that you have with God. You got me? Wow. Yeah. And become grateful in all that you do. And understand that God is who he says he is. That his promises are real. And that I can have faith in something that's real because we serve a what? A living and a loving God. He's able. I just got to believe him. Go to Luke chapter 17.